will begin in approximately 10 minutes. But first, please enjoy a pre-show musical experience brought to you by Intel Realsense technology. 女士们、先生们，让我们有请杨旭登台。Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ian Yang。
大家好，欢迎来到IDF中国。对不起，我来晚了。今天早上我在玩一个 Realsense 游戏的时候，一不小心被吸进了数字世界。接下来，让我用一段视频告诉大家，究竟我去了哪儿。嘿，你们看，我已经被数字化了，而且被困在了一个未来的城市里面。幸运的是，我知道有一个回到现实世界和 IDF 的门，请大家耐心等待，我马上就到。咦，哇哦，那个车挺酷的，我要是能在现实生活中有一辆就好了。诶，门在哪儿呢？因为我知道它就在某个地方。啊，在这儿，在这儿。各位领导、各位嘉宾、各位来宾，大家早上好。Intel 2015年的春季信息峰会，在优美的音乐旋律中，又和大家相聚在了美丽的深圳。去年是我们多年以后第一次回到深圳，当时我们就感觉到这种城市的活力和创新的激情和氛围。今天，我想在座的所有观众们跟我一样，应该同意，这种创新的激情和文化，在深圳这块土地上与日俱增，感觉越来越浓厚。去年呢，我给大家分享了一下，在我们整个产业的一些大的变化。我们所面临的这个大数据、云计算、计算无处不在的这样一个新的产业结构和应用环境，谈到了各种不同的应用终端、移动互联网、大数据、新的一些体验、新的智能终端产品应用与体验。同时，我们也谈到了Intel 在中国的历史，我们从最初进入中国，到加大在中国的投入，从研发到生产，最后我们和中国产业一块儿创新，走向世界这样一个共同成长的历史。今天，我相信这个创新的文化和气氛在中国大地如雨后的春笋，在不断的增强，特别是咱们国家这个新的国策“大众创业，万众创新”，我相信一定是推动中国经济下一步增长的一个催化剂。Intel 我们多年来，一个是我们自身的创新的基因，还有我们和产业共同合作创新的历史，所以我们非常兴奋，也非常希望和在座的各位和我们的产业一块儿共同创新，走向世界。所以，为了这样一个共同的目标，我们又相聚在了深圳，而且这次呢，我们的 IDF 为大家准备了丰富的内容，来谈到我们怎么一块儿和我们的合作伙伴一块儿创新。Intel 是除了刚才我谈到的，我们有创新的基因，还有我们要营造这样的创新的环境，培养人才，推动产业共同发展，以中国的速度加快创新，然后走向世界。所以这两天 我相信在座各位一定会有很多亲身的体验，来感觉一下不一样的Intel的技术峰会。所以我们准备了很多丰富的内容，和大家一块儿探索怎么共同创新，在新的领域里边共同发展。所以，我们有好几位重量级的演讲嘉宾，有我们Intel公司的首席执行官 CEO 柯占西先生，他今天早上会做一个主题演讲。还有就是 Intel 的软件与服务部门的总经理费道明先生，他也会根据针对今后的软件和服务的趋势和方向，和我们产业界共同探索，共同去寻求新的创新的合作的一些方向。明天我们还有3位重量级的演讲嘉宾，第一位就是 Intel 的数字终端产品部门的总经理 Curie 先生，他会给大家进一步的探索，在今后面对大数据、物联网、云计算这样的应用环境下，各种不同的智能终端设备的一些趋势，然后我们和产业咱们一块儿共同去开发技术、开发产品，走向全世界。然后我们的数据库产品部门的总经理白安娜女士会进一步谈到针对数据库在局端未来的一些技术发展趋势和应用的趋势，然后我们和中国产业咱们一块儿合作创新，开发未来的技术和产品。最后是 Intel 的物联网部门产品部的总经理Doug Davis 先生，他会更多的针对未来的物联网这个新的市场、新的技术、新的产品探索，和中国产业我们一块儿在未来的物联网领域的一些发展机会和创新的机会。同时，和以往Intel所有的技术峰会一样，我们还有2位更深一层的Intel 的技术专家来谈到一些技术的信息。一个就是包克勤先生，他是 Intel 的副总裁，感知计算事业部的总经理，他会谈到很多未来的新的体验，通过感知技术、传感技术这样一些技术应用到未来的物联网、未来的大数据、云计算时代，这个一个的技术演讲。然后就是 Intel 的涂继东先生，他是我们的首席高级工程师，会进一步全面的谈到基于 Intel 架构的一些未来产品的设计方面的一些方向和一些更重要的信息，和在座各位分享。同时，就像我们所有的 IDF 技术峰会是一样的，我们准备了很多一些技术课程，有很多展区，有 Intel， 还有特别是我们合作伙伴的展品，所以希望大家有机会一定要多去看一看，体验体验。还有，最后，我得要代表 Intel 公司感谢我们众多的赞助商多年来对 Intel 对我们的技术峰会一如既往的支持，特别是我们的金牌赞助商华为、联想、Microsoft、SK Hynix， 还有中兴，还有我们的银牌赞助商阿里云、Cloudera 和 Goodix， 还有浪潮，还有曙光。没有这些合作伙伴、赞助商的支持，我们 Intel 的技术峰会是不可能成功的。所以，我要代表 Intel 公司感谢你们，谢谢。所以接下来，我要预祝大家在未来2天，在 Intel 的2015的技术峰会上有众多的收获。有机会大家共同在这个创新的平台上，共同探索我们一块儿创新的机会、创新的空间和未来走向全世界的发展的道路。谢谢你们。接下 下来，我很荣幸的向各位推出 Intel 的 CEO 我们的首席执行官来给大家做精彩的主题演讲。有请 Mr. Brian Krzanich。
Good morning, everybody. Thank you and welcome to IDF Shenzhen 2015. It's good to be back, really, in the hub of innovation here in China. And since last year, I really believe we've made a lot of progress together. It's really been a great year full of innovation and continued partnerships and collaboration. And this morning, I'm going to try and walk you through many of those successes, but also give you a point to the future of where there's even opportunity for greater and bigger collaboration. I thought I'd first start out, though, with an announcement we made last year here on stage. Last year on stage, we announced that we would do a $100 million smart device innovation fund. And I'm here to tell you it's been very successful. We've already given out $37 million of the $100 million. I'll give you a couple of just examples that have been very successful with this money. The first was iSmart, which is an iris recognition software company that will allow new levels of authentication on smart devices. There's Luwa, the largest third-party OS provider in China. And we also collaborated with Fibercom to provide location-based services and solutions to OEMs. But in this last year, our investments didn't stop just there with the $100 million. We have strong partnerships with the government and universities, collaborating with them across different industries. Just this year, ICAP China has invested $53 million on promising ventures in this vibrant ecosystem. Why have we focused on investing in China and the China tech ecosystem? Because of a belief that innovation is strong here. And we've held this for 30 years. I believe that Intel and China are long-term partners that will grow the tech industry together. There's a phrase that symbolizes, in my opinion, what Intel and China do together. Hu, Zua, Gongyu. Collaborate and win together. And that's the total of my Chinese. Intel's always brought leading-edge technology to China. And we believe that it's not just good enough to bring what you've already developed or already used elsewhere in your company or in the world. But the real partnership means you bring it often first to China. We don't wait until the technology is established elsewhere. We want to share the pioneering ideas up front with China. So today, I'd like to take a look at some of the leading-edge technology we're bringing to China and some of the great opportunities for innovation and partnership. I want to start with just the fundamental of what we are building the company around. It's basically, if it's smart and connected, it works best with Intel. And our goal here is to bring edge-to-edge solutions for a smart and connected world. We believe that almost every device, in some way, as we move into the future, will be connected. And it's through that connectivity and that intelligence of the device and the system behind it that will provide the opportunities for innovation and growth moving forward. We bring solutions that are hardware and software optimized, regardless of the OS, in every segment, and we always bring our leading edge technology here. I wanted to give you just one example that's hard to do a demo around, but I believe is a great example of bringing some leading edge technology and an opportunity for real innovation moving forward. And that's 3D NAND. We recently announced our 3D NAND technology. And what's unique about this is it potentially provides 3 times the capacity in the same form factor at a lower cost than the existing 2D NAND solutions. And for example, you can put over 10 terabytes of data in a standard 2.5-inch SSD. And this enables innovation and form factors and capabilities that would never before be possible. I believe that 3D NAND will be a huge opportunity as we move forward together. I want to move now to another one of our focus areas. Today I'm going to show you exciting new technologies, and we'll announce collaborations across China that show that we can provide our developers and customers opportunities in every segment. And I want to start with one of the core business segments, the data center. The data center is currently growing at 16% year over year. This is a huge opportunity to continue to grow together. And this growth is being driven by public cloud, by network transformations into software-defined networks, big data solutions that provide opportunities for new types of services and new capabilities, and private cloud deployments. Diane Bryant will talk to you tomorrow about the tremendous opportunities in the data center and the opportunities to partner together to bring new innovation in this space. That's one of our core businesses. I want to move now to one of the other core businesses that we have, and that's the PC. We believe that there's still a large amount of innovation available in the PC space. And Intel can provide our developers and customers a lot of opportunities for innovation here. As you can see, there's a variety of all-in-ones, PCs, two-in-ones, almost every form factor you can imagine. And they're being designed here in China. They're being designed here in China for China, but they're also being designed here in China for the world. We've got examples here from Ysky, Ramos, and Hampu, and Lengda. It's taking amazing shapes and amazing form factors on every OS. We're excited to continuously innovate on devices with China to take computing to the next level. But I'm here to talk about the future. It's possible for innovations in the PC beyond just the form factor. You've seen us talking about our vision of the world, a world where there's no wires and computers have the ability to see and interpret the world themselves. And in the entertainment this morning, prior to Ian coming on stage, you saw the beginnings of that. You saw how Realsense could give you a new view, a new vision of what the world was as the artists played their music. We're working with a broad spectrum of developers to deliver an open software ecosystem with tools and programs to drive this innovation. And we're working on multiple fronts to create amazing user experiences, from premium to value, with Realsense and our no wires vision. That combined with Windows 10 and with the next generation 6th gen Intel Core, codenamed Skylake, we believe that there's an opportunity for innovation on this platform that's never before been seen in the history of the PC. I'd like to talk a little bit now about the 6th gen Core and what's going to become available at the second half of this year. Skylake, which is the 6th gen Core, shows just how we've really continued to push the form factors and the innovation around the PC forward. With Skylake, there's an opportunity to make devices thinner and lighter than ever before. True fanless systems become available. And we've got just a couple of examples. We have a 2-in-1 device here, and these are form factors that we use. These aren't even necessarily the thinnest and lightest that are available, that we use for reference designs. And this is a 2-in-1 device, and this is an all-in-one that is extremely light and thin, running Windows 10 on Skylake today. The 2-in-1s that are innovation development vehicles that we are investing in here, Kirk will talk to you a little bit more tomorrow. I'd also like to show you what the Intel 6th generation core Skylake can do when you combine it with Windows 10 and Realsense. I'm going to show you something that has not been shown in public before. And that's Windows 10, Skylake, and Realsense working together to do 3D camera integrated for all kinds of user experiences. Our software team has worked with Microsoft to optimize this on IA to take advantage of the performance and features. Now, this is purely a software development system, and the final form factor will be much thinner, but this shows what features we can create. As you know, we believe in a vision of secure computing without the need to use passwords, without having to remember all of those passwords that we all have. I'm going to show you a demo right now, a preview of authentication technology that Windows Hello uses on Windows 10 with Skylake and Realsense. Now this happens quickly, and I believe this is a view into the future that we all need to think about and what the opportunities are. You can see in this system, it's currently locked and locked out, and all I need to do is I'm going to walk up, put my face in front of it, within just a few seconds it will unlock and I'll be in computing. That's all it took. That happens so quick that it's not a cumbersome process, yet it's my secure face. If you walk up to that system and try and do that same thing right now, it'll never happen. And with Realsense, you can walk up with a picture of me and try and do that, and it'll never happen. This is where we believe computing is headed. This is the opportunity I believe we can use together to innovate on as we go forward. There's a lot of other uses for Realsense, though, that are beyond password authentication. We've shown it in a variety of features like drones and gaming. And after my presentation this morning, Doug Fisher will come on stage and talk to you a bit more about it as well. I want you to take a real hard look at Realsense and think about what you can do and how you can innovate with that. So I'd like to move off the PC now, and I want to talk about the other mobile computing platform, and that's tablets. We stood on stage last year and said we would establish a footprint in tablets, 40 million units. Well, in 2014, we shipped 46 million tablets with a mix of Android and Windows systems. This slide shows you an example of partners that we've worked with. And this wall to my right is a great example of products that are in market today with our partners in China in the tablet space. I want to thank you for being a great partner. We could not have hit the 46 million unit mark. We could not have hit our 40 million unit mark goal without the support and partnership from this ecosystem. We think there's a lot more we can do in mobile together though. And I want to talk to you now about the future. And let's start with the Atom X6, X7 and X5. X7 and X5 are the first 14 nanometer Atom SoCs for premium and mainstream computing. And they will be available on all OSs, Windows, Android. They represent really the premium of performance. The Atom X3 is for smartphones and phablets and tablets. And this is the first fully integrated Atom SoC with full wireless connectivity. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, modem. With the Atom X3, which we've codenamed SoFIA, we've had a strong momentum with 14 ODMs and 48 designs already in place. But I'd like to show you this morning with live demo the actual progress we've made on SoFIA. I'm going to show you right now the first fully functional Atom X3 modem, X3 SoC with the LTE TDD modem fully functional. As you can see, this system is live. It's on 4G, and it's on the CMCC network. And we've worked with China Mobile to put it on CMC's network live. Now, I'm kind of known for doing live demos and always taking a certain amount of risk-taking. But this system is live on the network, and so we thought to just demonstrate this, hopefully I can move it up correctly, we will actually play using the China QQ Music, one of the most popular songs in China right now, live streaming on the network in front of you here. And for those who want to sing along, the karaoke is right there. You can sing along. Okay, so that shows you that the system is live on the network and playing music. We're really excited to show the progress of this SoC, a fully integrated system with TD-LTE working, Wi-Fi on a single chip. We're looking forward to scaling at SoFIA together with our partners here. One example of that partnership has been Spectrum. And they will first sell a family of IA-based SoCs and platforms designed by Intel. And then they'll follow along afterwards by IA-based SoCs co-designed by Spectrum and Intel together. And these will expand our mobile offerings, giving more choices to our customers. We continue to look forward to new technologies to make our mobile platforms, though, even more innovative. And I'm going to show you one example this morning where we've taken that same Realsense technology and we've taken it from the PC and are moving it down into these mobile platforms. Realsense provides great new solutions when integrated with tablets. We brought this technology to JD.com, which is one of the largest warehouses in China. Today, I'd like to announce that JD.com will be partnering with Intel using Realsense to innovate and improve warehouse management. And we worked with them to innovate a prototype that we're going to show you here on stage with Chuck to prove how they manage their warehouse systems. So let's bring up Chuck, and Chuck, why don't you show us what we put together with JD.com.
So Brian, like you said, JD.com is a huge company. They ship 3 million boxes every day. And they currently think it takes about 3 minutes to measure a box and put that into the system. And if you're doing that many boxes a day, that's thousands of man hours every single day. Well, with Realsense, we can really shorten that time, 3 minutes to about 5 seconds. So here, I'm gonna show you how we can measure some boxes. Let's say we've got, a couple of those. Let's say we've got a couple of those. And let's say we even have some odd sized objects, like this hand, which we need to get into a box. Let's get a couple of those. You can see we've captured all this information here, measured them already in less than a minute. But it goes beyond that. We can also take all the information and calculate how much space it's going to take in our warehouse, in our trucks, or in our shipping containers. So we've not only saved tons of time, but we've made the whole thing much more efficient.
That's fantastic. I mean, you could just imagine the efficiency improvement, not only in people's time, as you said, but just think about even the efficiency of loading your trucks and maximizing the amount of capacity you can put in your trucks as you go out on the road.
Exactly.
That's great, Chuck. Thank you very much. This is just one example of how the ecosystem can innovate in surprising new ways with Intel Realsense technology. Now, we've come a long way with Realsense, and I thought I'd give you just some feeling for what we've done here. This is the Realsense camera that we all know and have seen before, and is what's been in most of the systems that we've been demoing. But what I want to show you now for the first time in public is the new Realsense camera that we're implementing into systems this year. And what you see when I hold them up next to each other is it's about half the size as the previous version. And if you can see in thickness, it's probably less than half the thickness as well. Okay? Now what this provides is the ability to put it into form factors like these tablets that Chuck and I were just showing you, with much better thermal, much better performance, and much better form factors. But it's also opening up new opportunities in form factor. And so I'm going to show you here today, for the first time in public, a phone using Intel Realsense. So now, you'll be able to move not only with a tablet or a PC or two-in-one with Realsense, but a phone as well, with that same Realsense capability. So you can imagine the efficiency and the opportunities and the options for innovation that we have moving together. And the types of things we can do in the real world, both industrial, in gaming, in just about everything we do, when we move that kind of innovation and that kind of function to this form factor. There's one last thing I'd like to highlight in mobile. Last year, we announced our collaboration with Rockchip. Together, Intel and Rockchip will bring great products to the mobile ecosystem. They have more than 10 ODMs committed to launching products with SoFIA 3GR this quarter. This morning, I'd like to welcome a good friend of mine on stage here to tell us about this collaboration. And we're lucky enough to have Mr. Lee, the CEO of Rockchip, here with us. And I'd like to welcome him on stage this morning. Thanks so fast.
这里好多我们的老朋友。1年前，我跟柯占奇先生也是在这里定下了我们共同合作进军那个移动市场。原来呢，只是有一些思路，但是现在我们在这个月，SoFIA 3GR 也叫着灵动3230 RK 就要量产，非常多的国际上非常多的公司都非常认可我们的设计。这个成果说明，即使是 有不同的公司文化，但是共同对好产品卓越的追求，让我们走到一起。我们把一些不可能的事情变成可能，这仅仅是开始。再接下去，我们将有很多让大家非常惊讶的更好的产品会出来。我们和 Intel Rockchip 和 Intel 一起进入移动市场。Mobile world, we are coming. Thank you.
Mr. Lee and I are very excited about the future of the SoFIA 3GR product family. We've made a lot of progress with SoFIA in our collaboration, and today shows just how closely our two teams are working together. In fact, we'd like to announce that the SoFIA 3GR will be in production this month, which is an amazing result considering this collaboration and relationship is still so new, and just, in my mind, starting out to understand what the innovation and opportunities are. The innovation for SoFIA doesn't stop at mobile, though. We'd also like to announce that the SoFIA 3GR will be available for the Internet of Things. And this product will be on our roadmap for a minimum of 7 years. It's built for the Internet of Things. It's built for extreme weather conditions. We've added Linux on top of Android support. So it's really designed for those uses and functions. We're excited that we'll have development kits ready for you in market by the second half of 2015. I'd like to talk next about the IoT space in general. Intel's been a player in the IoT for a long time. And we see this market growing to more than 50 billion devices by 2020. This will bring a number of opportunities for our partners here in China to work together. We've been a great SoC partner with China to develop indigenous projects to solve real-world issues in this space. And this morning, I want to just talk about 2 examples of issues and solutions that we brought together to this marketplace. And one is around energy management, and the other is around pollution monitoring. So let's start with improving energy efficiency. We worked with Vantron and the BII group to create an edge-to-edge energy management solution. We deployed this solution at the Beijing Friendship Hotel, a well-known, iconic hotel built over 50 years ago. Using 20 Intel-based IoT gateways, we can gather sensor data to create a smart building. We can now turn off and on lights automatically. We can manage air conditioning and also connect to the back-end and device management for analytics and services to really optimize energy consumption. But in these kinds of applications, what matters is the results. And the results have been fantastic. There's been a 15% energy consumption reduction, saving over 6 million RMB already with this technology. And the IoT gateway can be used with any infrastructure, from a 50-year-old building to a newly constructed building. We're going to continue to innovate in this space and collaborate with Schneider Electric China and other partners to create usages and services for energy management. So let's take a look at the second solution space, air quality. Internally, our Internet of Things group created an air quality monitoring system that's being deployed in cities around the world. We call this system CitySense, and I've actually been using one in my office at Intel for quite a while now, just experimenting with it, seeing how it works. But in addition, Intel China Labs created a smart base that can monitor the air quality, the temperature, and the noise, and many other variables. But what we realized, this is something that we couldn't do on our own. We needed partners. And so naturally we came to China. We needed to enable others to come up with solutions that help monitoring pollution levels. Our very own engineers in our Chengdu factory used Edison to create an air quality system that provides real-time updates. This solution caught the eye of a company called Cylon here in China. It's a customer that focuses on smart home solutions. And that system is there on the top of the podium there. Cylon took the Edison air monitoring system and integrated it into their IA-based smart home gateway, creating an end-to-end pollution and energy management system for the home. This system will be coming out later this year. This is a great example of innovation being internal and external with our partners, and it all generating here in China, both within Intel and outside of Intel. Now, many of the designs you've seen here have been built on Edison. And Edison was a product we introduced only about a year and a half ago. But we believe Edison can do a lot more than what you're just seeing here. Edison is driving innovation across wearables and IoT. We're enabling more makers in China with Edison by working with the Seed Corporation and DF Robot to really drive innovation in the maker space. In addition, we're fostering mass innovation with the Intel CCE Edison contest. We partnered with Foxconn, JD.com, the Beijing and Chaiwa makerspace to provide support at every stage, from idea to production. You could go to the Edison booth here at the show this week and check out all the finalists from that competition. I've shown a picture of each one of the finalists here on my slide. And we want to continue really driving the maker community. I personally believe this is where we're fostering innovation at its root level. Which is why this year we introduced Curie. At CES we announced Curie, which is a computer the size of the button. If you remember at CES, I pulled off a button that showed I'd been wearing it for the whole show, and it had been measuring some of my motions. Today I want to show you another example of what we've been working on to continue development on Curie. We've put together a small wristband that can be used, and it has Curie on there. I need to put this on and hopefully not mess it up. Okay. And we connected Curie to these robots, spider bots we call them, and they're actually talking to each other. And my motions will now control these robots. Remember, we said that Curie had special hardware and software built in it that it could understand motion. It could understand motion not only in you're moving left or you're moving right, but it could actually interpret, I'm running, I'm swimming, I'm walking. It could also understand how my arm is. And so, going to wake up the robots. Okay? Like they're excited to be here today. Now I'm going to gesture to shift their colors. Okay? Now here's my favorite. I gotta make sure I do this right. and now we'll put them to sleep. This is just the beginning of our development using Curie. We wanted to show you how we could build, I always leave my clicker in the wrong place, how we could build an end-to-end solution using Curie, Edison, and you can use a back end that will also do analytics. We've really tried to build a continuous platform for makers and developers that you can create on. We'll bring Curie to market later this year, and we'll reach out to companies in China even earlier to help us think of innovative ways to make these connections. You can imagine robotics in your house that you simply point to, or point to what you want to have done. And Curie and Edison and their combined platform help bring that to life. So this morning I've shared with you today how excited I am about the future. The future of Intel and China together. 2015 is a very important year. It's a very important year for Intel. It's a very important year for our industry. And it's a very important year for Intel and China. This year we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Moore's Law. 50 years of continuous improvement, of driving technology. And I had the unique opportunity to spend Friday of last week with Gordon actually talking about Moore's Law, how it came about. But we're also celebrating an equally as important celebration this year. It's the 30th anniversary of Intel and China. 30 years we've worked together to bring innovation. 30 years we've been working together to bring growth. We've seen a lot of innovation, ideas, and potential come out in the last 30 years. We've invested $7.7 billion creating a strong presence here in China over those 30 years. Today we have over 7,500 employees across China at 27 sites, and we generate over $10 billion of revenue internal to China within Intel. We're excited to invite you to celebrate Intel China's 30th anniversary with us, and we look forward to the next 30 years of innovation and partnership together. Our footprint will continue to grow, and we're excited to make the future with China. Last year, we demonstrated our commitment to help China grow with our Smart Devices Innovation Fund. And you saw we committed $100 million, and we've already put $37 million into the market. Today, I'd like to announce the Intel Mass Makerspace Accelerator in China. We want to help promote popular entrepreneurship and mass innovation by investing 120 million RMB in 3 areas: an open online innovation center, joint maker spaces in top-tier cities, and venture acceleration services. You'll understand why all this in a second. Venture acceleration services for makers and their startups. Before I turn it over to Doug this morning, though, I really want to say thank you. Thank you for the 30 years, and thank you for the next 30 years. And so, in my usual way, I wanted to make it a little bit more personal. I'm a maker myself, and I happen to love drones. So I've invited a few of my friends here on stage to say thank you in a very personal way. 谢谢 and thank you.